something I thought I would do. Keeping a routine, getting up early, trying to get a little bit of exercise in, doing some work, just trying to keep something regular and going on. We've got a couple of groups going down our S&C group, setting us loads of stuff to do. We kind of like keep on sending each other videos and challenges and basically post exercise, sweaty pictures, and just having a bit of a laugh to keep going and trying to keep that fitness ticking over. So we've been doing some Tabata sessions. Dan Spears has become the Tabata king, and so exercises of 20 seconds on, 10 off, absolute killers. We've been trying to get out when we can on a field, and run, following obviously government guidelines and just trying to get some miles in the legs. Luckily, quite a lot of us have got fields close to us, so we can go and get a few sprint sessions done, and we're all getting used to running on the road as well, so getting out and surrounding areas and seeing places we've never seen before. So it's kind of a bit of a benefit as well. I think that's the hardest thing, just trying to get out and motivate yourself to get out, trying to figure a time in the day when it's best to go. Is it early morning? Is it the evening? Luckily, I've got a housemate and I've kind of been dragging her out with me, so I'm not so sure she's keen on that, but she's helping me do the garden sessions. I'm making her join in, so that helps a lot. But just keeping in contact with the girls regularly and checking in, and basically we're just making each other accountable. So even if you're feeling that you can't be bothered or you don't want to, somebody's sending you a picture saying, I've done mine, have you done yours? So you're kind of like, you're still a team at the end of the day. So we're not training together, but we're making sure everyone's doing everything still.
Before the crisis happened, you went up to Catholic for a pre-season training camp. How did that go? How challenging was it?
It was so hard and it was so challenging, but I think that really started our season off really well, which is unfortunate that it's on hold now, but I think the challenges that we faced there really brought each other together. You've got your teammate that's lagging, that's struggling, that don't want to carry on, and everyone was picking everybody up and making them, run through water that was, poor Kira Bennett, I think it was up to a mid-thigh at some point, trying to trudge through that, and she just kept on flying through it, and Jordan, who's unfortunately gone back, she's just a powerhouse, and she was just awesome, just keeping everyone going, and reminding us that it was cold, but it wasn't as cold for her being from Australia, and it really brought the team together, and we faced a lot of challenges, a lot of team building stuff, and we were really set up to start the season, so hopefully we could just continue from that whenever we might get the chance to. I think the key message all weekend was Abby not in the army now, just because she was one step ahead, but also that worked in our favour that she was able to. I think the unknown is really difficult for the team. We hate being on the unknown. I don't know if it's a woman's trait or if it's just our team, but we don't like the unknown, and that's what a lot of the weekend was. So Abby was able to kind of give us what she thought might be next, which was awesome. And she's just an absolute powerhouse, and she's as fit as they come from finishing at 19. So that was great to have her on there. Yeah.
The squad this year is pretty much similar to the squad that won the double last year. How hard is that to motivate that same squad of players to go on and push on and to do better?
I don't think it's hard at all. I think, we've done the double for 2 years now. There's only one more we can do to make it better. So, we are considered one of the best teams in the league now, but we could be even better. So we can get that treble, and we can go for league leaders as well at the same time as the Challenge Cup in the grand final. So I think that really is the motivation, and everyone's buying into that. We can look back at the grand final, and we can look back at the Challenge Cup, and we can look at those good times. But what we want is that 3 times in the season. So that's the motivation to keep going.
Lois said that there's some really good young players coming in the academy again. That would be a really outstanding legacy once more, wouldn't it, if we can see some of those young girls coming up this season?
It's just incredible. We've had a couple of girls training with us, and they've slotted in straight away. There's no difference in skill or motivation and that resilience that they need. They fit in straight away, and you kind of take a back step, maybe because I'm a junior player, but I just think as my time's coming to an end, you see all this talent coming through, that it's amazing, and they're not scared. I think my biggest worry is playing against a 17-year-old, being so much older, but they're not bothered about playing against me at all. So, it's great to see, and I can't wait to see where rugby league goes with them coming through. And I think having Lois on board now, especially as a coach, she just motivates everybody because she's been there and done it. And so she's leading the academy and the senior team. Then, there's going to be some incredible players coming through in the future.
So away from rugby, you work in schools. What's the situation with yourself, and how's that impacted on your working life?
Yeah, it's a really difficult unknown at the minute, with the government changing all the time and being a key worker and vulnerable children. It's just about the case of, for me at the minute, I'm in contact with a lot of the families and the school regularly. We're sending lots of work out. We're trying to support families where we possibly can. We're trying to just, get a handle on what is allowed and what isn't allowed in terms of the government guidance. And we're just trying to keep it as regular as we possibly can with the families and keep them ticking over. So at the minute, I'm doing lots of planning and sending work out, and then hope that progresses soon enough and we'll get to see it face to face. It's just really sad for the year 11s, across the country. I'm just gutted for them. They've worked so hard.
Have you got any advice for children who are finding themselves at home now and parents homeschooling them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that everyone's been sent work, or there's plenty of websites to get work. Because we don't know what the government are going to do in terms of examinations, the best thing you can do is just keep ticking over and keep doing that little bit of work a day. It's not a school day, and it's unfair to say that you need to be doing schoolwork for 6 hours because you're in your home environment, and that's kind of a sanctuary that you don't want to make into a school environment. But I definitely say a few hours a day, break it up with, a bit of a fun time, downtime in the middle, but keep ticking over, particularly for the year 10s or the year 12s that do have examinations next year. There's a potential that you're going to miss out on a big block of work, so just keep on doing that work you're being sent and keep on going. For the younger years, like the primary years, there's plenty of parents who do reading with them, interactive games, go into the cupboards and get them to find cans and cereal boxes with certain words on, and make the learning kind of fun. It doesn't have to be pen to paper and in front of a screen. It can be anything, just trying to be as interactive as possible. There's loads of websites out there, but definitely keep ticking over until we've got further guidance from the government. We could back at any time and expect it to carry on as normal.
Cool. So it's a difficult time for people, but how important is it for them to make these short-term sacrifices of social distancing to help people like you, key workers, and support our health service?
I can't explain how important it is. I can't really put into words that. But the sooner that we social distance and the sooner that we spend this 3 weeks at home and maybe with your families, or like I do a lot of video calling with the girls just to keep in contact, the sooner that we do this, the sooner that, we're going to limit the spread of this virus and it'll all be over. It's really difficult because we want to take in the children for the key workers so that they can go. We've got, parents that could be nurses and doctors and things like that. And we want to do them a service by helping them with their children. But if you don't need to go to school, if you don't need to go to work, please just stay at home. And 3 weeks really isn't a long time. Me and my housemate, we've got a schedule on the wall. We're crossing off the days. We're making sure that each day we've got something on that's slightly different to do, whether it be, I think we've created, a squash tournament in the living room wall, and we go in the garden and do workouts. There's just, spend that time now just to think about the wider picture and the bigger picture, and the sooner that we all buy in together, the sooner it'll be over.
In the near future, we'll see the women's season kick off. I bet that will be a welcome return. How much are you looking forward to getting back out there and defending those titles?
Oh, I just can't wait. Like I said, I'm coming to the end of my career, and then I know we're meant to be kicking off this weekend, and I'm absolutely gutted that we're not. So I'm just thinking, I'm not ready now. I need rugby in my life, and I'm not sure what to do without it. So the sooner we're back and the sooner we're kicking on again, we just need to test ourselves. We're all working really hard off the field. We've all bought into this goal of trying to get the treble. We've all bought into each other and how we play on the field and what role each other have. And, we just want to test ourselves on the field now. So that's going to be the long wait to see what we can do. But I can't wait. I can't come quick enough. Out of everything you could possibly say to me, what's the one thing you want back? And it'll be rugby. So fingers crossed it's not too long.
You were also away from rugby preparing for a boxing match to support Rob Burrow. Can you tell me about that and where the plans for this is?
So October 30th, the first direct arena. That'd be a rugby league, kind of all-stars and a few others. all fighting for Robin and for Mossy and trying to raise as much money as we can for them. I know that Chef Walker's jumped in as well, but yeah, I've never thrown a punch in my life. Never been in a fight, and even on the field, I'm the one that runs away. So it's been a huge learning curve. But I've got Pat Cowdell, whose father was the British and Olympic champion, training me. So he's been awesome, and he's doing it all for free to help me out. And apparently, I've picked it up pretty quickly. So it's catch-22. Fingers crossed we get to do it in October. But also maybe that's the one thing I'd want to be extended for as long as possible, because I've tried.